Welcome to the Thrive Club Co podcast. This episode that you're about to listen to is from the archives before our rebrand to Thrive Club Co. But the message we delivered then is still aligned with our core mission and core message today. Enjoy.
Episode 7, 30 Lessons in 30 Years. Welcome, everyone. I'm your host, Jordan Jade, and this is It's a Thrive podcast, where we dive headfirst into the good, bad, and the ugly of healing journeys. From overcoming mental blocks and conditioning to using neuroplasticity to rewire our brains, I invite you to join along and go from just surviving to absolute thriving. Let's dive in. We're going over 30 lessons in 30 years. 30 lessons, 30 experiences, hurdles, wisdoms, mantras. Because this past weekend, I was blessed enough to celebrate my 30th birthday and did a lot of journaling and writing where I kind of sat down and thought, wow, like 33 decades later on this earth is incredible. Did not think I would see 30. And how insanely incredible is it? I know a lot of people don't like birthdays, especially as that number is getting higher and higher every year. But I think there's some magic in turning 30. You have all of the experiences in your life, the good and the bad, everything in between. You have all of these experiences in your life from your 20s and all those lessons learned and wisdom to shape this new decade into something new and incredible and just have a whole new start and fresh perspective on life and going into it. And I'm a firm believer. I think that every day that you wake up, that's a blessing. Every year that you get to celebrate another birthday, to not think in terms of I'm getting older, I'm aging. Well, you have another year to spend time with people that you love and have experiences. And that alone in and of itself is an absolute gift. So for today, also very exciting because this is the second video episode and I would love to hear if y'all are big fans so far of continuing the video or not. So when it came down thinking about this episode, the discussion topic, what was going to be the piece today to take away? I thought I'd seen other people do this with big milestone birthdays. Jesse Itzler does his big 50 lessons when he turned 50. And I was like, you know what? Let's think about that for a second, very concretely. What are 30 of the most impactful, important things that I've learned that you can just sum up in one bullet point each over the past 30 years that I'm going to take into this next decade and beyond and share that with others? So I've got to journaling, my handy dandy journal, and I wrote out 30 different statements, kind of lessons, experiences, mantras, and affirmations of gratitude. Some of these of which are affirmations that I use on a daily basis, or ones that became so profound and important that they were huge reminders to me every day or when things get hard to keep going. And it kind of goes between relationships to self, to relationships with others, partnerships, inspirational, career-oriented things. It felt very all-encompassing. And as I was writing, it was kind of this flood and this flow of things coming to me of, things that are rolling off the dome that are first in my mind are the most important messages that I've learned and lessons learned over these past 3 decades. So that's going to be today, diving into these head first. And I really think some of these are going to be great to expand on in future episodes. So I'm very curious to know which ones stand out the most for you, that you resonate the most with you. Take what resonates most, leave what doesn't. But we're going to kick off and go straight into number 1. The relationship that you have with yourself is the most important. To show up for you allows you then to show up for others. Number 2, acknowledge bad days, but know the difference that it is not a bad life. It's just a bad day, not a bad life. Number 3, Everything within us and around us is energy. Use it wisely. Number 4, loving yourself is the most important thing that you will ever do. Love is the gate, love is the bridge, love is the kingdom of living life in the best way possible. Number 5, you will know with conviction who the person that you want to spend the rest of your life with is. Number 6, this is very time sensitive for me, and I think this is going to be the overarching theme for me for 2025. Number 6, ask for help. Simple statement, difficult to put into practice. Ask for help. Number 7, there is softness and strength in our scars. Number 8, I found my higher purpose in life, and that is ever evolving. Number 9, love is all around and within us. And just a quick pause to go back to number 8. Finding my higher purpose in life, realizing the impact of servitude towards others, to helping others, to developing It's a Thrive and this entire podcast and this growing community, and understanding that that is my bigger purpose, to get people in this community together of an evolving, monumental healing journey. As individuals heal themselves, the collective heals each other. And that purpose will remain the same, but it will be incredible to see how that translates and evolves over time while that purpose remains true. Going back, number 9, love is all around and all within. Number 10, I made peace with the past with God, and I have my own unique blend and relationship with faith and spirituality. I know that the universe is within me and that God is within me. Number 11, show up for yourself every single day. How that looks will change daily, but the showing up will remain the same. That echoes also a lot of past episodes of staying consistent and showing up for yourself. Some days you're going to feel a lot better than others. Some days you will be sick, some days you'll be more healthy, but showing up for yourself is the one consistent. How you do it is going to change on a daily basis as life happens and things just happen naturally in life. But the showing up for yourself is what matters the most and will stay the same. Number 12. I'm a big one for saying this at the end of the day, even if it's just out loud to myself or whether it's with my boyfriend and we exchange our gratitudes. But number 12 is say out loud 3 things that you're grateful for every day. And sometimes that can be as simple as, I'm grateful I woke up. I'm grateful that I saw the sun today. I'm grateful that I have a jacket in this cold. Or it can be as big as, I'm grateful that I got this new job opportunity and offer. I'm grateful that I passed this test. I'm grateful for my family. No matter how big or how small or how specific or how generic it is, verbally or writing out, expressing that gratitude. Just 3 things. Doing that as a habit every day, I have witnessed over time and time and time again that the more consistent I am with doing that, the bigger my gratitude expands, and the bigger that my abundance and my ability to receive expands naturally with it. Number 13, I know with conviction that I am divinely guided and aligned with my highest self and with my highest purpose. Number 14, being authentically me is a wonderful experience. Number 15, I think this is a big one. Take up space. Do not be afraid to take up space. Own it. That, I think, is something that so many people struggle with, of taking up that space, and will 100% be a topic on another podcast episode. But number 15, take up space unapologetically. Number 16, I didn't get this far alone, but the hard work had to be done alone internally. Number 17, the less you succumb to peer pressure, the freer your world gets. Number 18, the more that you respect yourself, the more the world will around you. Number 19, I realize now that at 30, My life is just beginning. That was a big one to think about this weekend. Because I think of terms of chapters of my life. This is a new decade and a new chapter with new life experiences. But everything from the past and from the last decade are still obviously a part of my life, my family, my friends. People have come and gone. Experiences have happened. And there's so many people and so many experiences that we don't even realize that we are going to have in this life. The people, the experiences, everything that you're faced with purpose. We have an entire lifetime ahead of us. And I'm realizing now that in this new headspace and mindset and perspective and purpose in life, that my life is just now beginning. And it is an incredibly exciting feeling. Number 20, being youthful is a mindset, but the wisdom comes with you as you age, especially with turning 30 and maybe especially as a woman. You think that aging is a negative thing, or how beauty doesn't last, or that you are no longer youthful and energetic. And I don't agree or sign up to that at all. I think that youth and being playful and quirky and funny and weird and silly, being youthful and energetic is so powerful and just such a mindset that you can continue that into your 80s and your 90s. But the important thing is that as you age, you do gain wisdom. So keep the youthfulness, keep that fun-loving spirit and perspective, and live with it alongside the wisdom. Number 22, and I say this to myself every day, prioritize my peace above all else. Number 23, meditate, pray, and move every day. For July will be 3 years. Every day I have meditated in one way or another and incorporated yoga and a prayer. But the biggest one for me was learning how to meditate and starting with, I kid you not, 5 seconds of meditation a day, because my mind could not focus or relax for longer than that period of time. But I knew I was going to train myself to do it. And down the line, almost 3 years later, meditation, that practice has become a grounding point, part of my absolute non-negotiable incorporation of my day. However, that looks different on a day-to-day basis. Some days I meditate for 10 minutes. Some days I meditate literally for 10 seconds. Some days I have to meditate in a parking lot right before I go in somewhere. And then some days I have a slow morning and I can do it after I get out of bed. Moving my body, doing yoga, doing my full 15 minutes or doing something for 2 minutes. Saying a prayer out loud in the shower as I'm getting ready. Saying a prayer alongside my meditation. Those 3 facets, though, have remained the same. Absolutely. But they do look different on a day-to-day basis. But nonetheless, meditate, pray, and move every day. Number 24. Be willing to outgrow yourself first and your environment second. And alongside that, as we are willing to outgrow ourselves and make changes for the betterment of ourselves, our highest self, our future selves, consequently, that comes along with outgrowing people around us who are not on that same level or frequency of being ready to move outside of where they are. And that is a hard part of the journey, is you will not keep everyone in your life today that you have. And some people will choose to not grow and move on and will choose to stay the same. That's part of the experience, and it's a very difficult, humbling part. But in order to reach that higher part of yourself, being willing to outgrow yourself and outgrowing your environment consequently. Number 26. What people say or do is a reflection of them and how they truly feel about themselves, in good and bad. Don't take things so personally. There was the 4 Agreements book that I read, and that was a huge pillar of take nothing personally and learning how people are a mirror of their own inner thoughts and fears and emotions and reflections, and both good and bad. Someone being encouraging and positive to a stranger, to another person in a hard time, is a reflection that that person is secure within themselves, that they're good within themselves. Someone who uses humor to badger or put down someone's dreams because they themselves are afraid to go after their own dreams, their own goals. For the good and the bad, it is always a reflection of how someone feels about themselves. And it's very freeing to not take things so personally from people. Number 27. Fair warning, this is a longer one. You can't change people. They have to want to change for themselves. Allow others to show up as they are by letting them be themselves authentically. You see them and their actions for who they are without blinders on. No love blinders. No, this is their potential blinders. You can see them exactly as they show up. Then you can accept if you want to participate or not. Number 28. You have the power to leave any room, any situation, any conversation at any time. You do not have to accept mistreatment and stay in that environment, even for a second. If there is not serving your peace or purpose, you have the power to walk away. Number 30. Your mind is an infinite, powerful source. How you see yourself will shape your entire world and your perspective. And I know I said 30, but of course I have a couple of bonus ones that I had to tack on. So really it's 33 lessons in 30 years. And hopefully, ideally, I have more than 30 to 33 lessons in 3 decades. But 3 little bonus ones to think of and consider. Number 31. Love is a choice that you make every single day. As I said in last week's podcast, using February as that month to really dive deep and discuss love, self-love, partnership love, friendship love, relational love, familial love, and all the aspects that encompass it. Learning how to be in a healthy relationship after toxic relationships opened my eyes and expanded my mind on love more than I had ever experienced in my life. And being grateful for a partner, for a boyfriend, a girlfriend, a husband, a wife, a partner, a spouse. Being grateful for who you choose to spend your life with in a partnership. There's going to be good times. There's going to be amazing times. And there will be hard times and challenging times. And sometimes they all encompass themselves and can happen in one day. But making the choice to choose to love someone every single day is the foundational element of a lasting relationship. Number 32. I have learned so much that not only do I love the big things, of course, but I love the smallest things in life. I love seeing the sun peek through the clouds on a beautiful day. I love feeling a breeze in the air. I love the first sip of tea out of my cup, a smile on my friend's face. Loving and appreciating some of the silliest, smallest moments in life can be the most heartwarming, pick-me-up, beautiful moments of a day. And finding the beauty and beyond just the big things, but finding the beauty in small things and appreciation and joy will show you how expansive your cup can truly be. And number 33, when I truly stopped caring of what people thought about me, I realized that I finally blossomed into who I was. And that is when life truly opened up for me. So I know today's format was a little bit different than the rest of the podcast so far, but I did want to switch things up and to have that list. And I'm going to put all of them in the notes below. And if you resonate with one of these, maybe choose one. How can you picture yourself in your life? Or do a similar challenge or a task for the week and just start to think. If you're 22, can I write down 22 things that I've learned about myself, about how I view life, things that I've overcome, things that I appreciate? If you're 50, can you write out 50 life experiences that you've had? If you're also 30, what are 30 experiences that you find important enough to share with others? Whatever your age or whatever number, take a little bit of time and think through, what are some of the most valuable lessons of life that you have learned? What helps you and will you take with you every single year, every single day, day in and day out as a lesson? This has been a fun little switch up as far as the podcast goes, but I wanted to 100% take the time and incorporate this into a podcast episode, really as a different format in terms of a reflection for everyone right now. So take a little bit of time and jot down some of the ideas of what are the most important things that you have learned so far in your life. What do you want to carry with you all throughout the year? What do you want to learn and incorporate this year for your life? I would absolutely also love to hear which numbers were your favorites, which numbers kind of stood out the most to you. Please drop in the comments below of which numbered lesson you want to hear more on. Which would you want to have an expanded podcast topic on? Drop it in the comments of which number you like the most, which one you want me to expand on a little bit further in a later episode down the line, because I would love to hear your feedback and see how we can collectively grow and expand further on this topic. On that note, though, thank you so much for listening and watching now, everyone. It is always a pleasure. Thank you so much for tuning into the It's a Thrive podcast. If you're not already, make sure that you are subscribed so that you get the episode notification every single week. But in the meantime, do the challenge. And remember, it is not just a vibe, it is a thrive. And only you can thrive in your life. Thanks, y'all.